What's going on, y'all? About to send this link out there. We're going to go ahead and get started. Test, test, test. Let me just go. Let me know how we sounding, y'all. Let me know how we sounding. We got a couple studies we're looking at. As far as the Sunday chart analysis, not too much has changed from there. And again, since we caught the all-time highs on US30 NAS100 Thursday and Friday last week, we're not going to be looking at them today because, again, we're not going to trade at all-time highs because there's nothing really we can target or project. So we're going to just let price retrace for now. So we're going to be paying attention to gold, GU, and DJ today. Make sure to like the live as you hop up in here. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. We just hit 4,000 subscribers. Let's get to 4,100. As far as GU, we're going to be looking for continued sales. We're going to be looking to see if we can break below and hold 33.15, 33.20 as resistance. If so, we're going to be looking for sales going down to 3,300. And then GJ, we're going to be looking for buys still. So the game plan is still the same. We're going to be looking to see if we can maintain hold 203.70 as support. And so we're going to be looking for buys going to 204.25. And then gold, we're either going to look for price to retrace and retest 40.90 as resistance or break below and hold 40.32 as resistance. Then look for sales going to 38.92. I mean 39.82. You already know the drill, y'all. We're just chilling, patiently waiting. New 5 minutes popping up. So we're going to be looking to see if we can hold this level as support, and then we're going to see if we can break below and hold this level as resistance. All right, let's see how these two charts react right here. We got our price reacting to this level. So we're going to see if we can close and hold below for GU and then above for GJ. Again, if we can hold 33.15 as resistance with GU, we're going to be looking for sales going down at 3,300. And then with GJ, we can maintain 203.70 support. We're going to look for buys going to 204.25. US30. I'm not trading US30 because it's at all-time highs. So especially on Mondays, make sure to watch the Sunday chart analysis. Again, y'all, so they're just 5 minutes long. It goes over what we're looking for going into not just Sunday night, going into Monday, but what we're going over what we see price doing throughout the entire week. So especially if it's a Monday morning, first stream of the day, or first stream of the week, I should say, definitely make sure to watch the Sunday chart analysis. All right, so just like we talked about the Sunday chart analysis, US30 NAS100, we rode the all-time highs Thursday and Friday last week, as well as opening up Sunday night. It hit a big gap to the upside. So we're not going to be trading these unless it retraces, right? So there's a gap. So we're going to see how price reacts when it fills up the gap. Or we're going to look to see if price can retrace back down to 47,250. All right. And the reason why I don't have them up is because, again, I'm not going to look at charts. I'm not going to trade. That's just going to not really anymore, but the old me, it will just tempt me to just do dumb stuff. But again, make sure to always watch the Sunday chart analysis, y'all. If y'all watched last week's Sunday chart analysis, you'll see that at the beginning of last week, we talked about GU sales, we talked about US30 NAS100 buys, GJ buys, and obviously gold ended up reversing on this, but all the other charts ended up going as projected. So I got to see what this next 15 looks like. So again, as far as today, I'm only going to pay attention to gold, GC, and then GJ and GU. What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, y'all make sure to like the live, subscribe. If you're not subscribed already, make sure to also hit that first link in the description, join the free scene, the free Telegram. Got some new videos lined up for y'all today. Make sure to have y'all's noties on. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we look at your charts, drop them in the chat. But y'all already know the drill. We're just chilling, patiently waiting. All right, new 15 popped up. So we're about to see we can hold this level as resistance. Again, we're going to be looking to see for GJ, we can hold 203.70 as support. So we're going to look for buys going to 204.25. And then with G, we're going to be looking to see if we can maintain 33.15 as resistance. And if so, we're going to be looking for sales going to 3,300. Yeah, I'm liking how these two are looking right here. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we're looking at these charts, drop them in the chat. Really just looking to see who's going to hold this level here. I'm not going to. All right, so since GJ rejected that level, we're not going to look at it until it breaks back above. So now we're just going to pay attention to G right here. That's a nice push right there. I'm looking for the retest. Uh, hasn't retested yet, so I'm not going to take it. We see gold pushing as well. I do like this right here, so let's give it a 5 minute. I'd like to see a retest though before we jump in. Those just join the stream. We have not entered this trade yet. This is a trade idea. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join the free signal, free Telegram. We're going to pull that up in a little bit. But right now, I want to see if we can hold it, but it looks like it might try to break through this level, which is fine because if it doesn't retrace, we'll just look for sales at the next entry point, like we always do. Crypto went up over the weekend as well, so y'all got in when things were down. Y'all should be up right now. Dropped the Bitcoin, Solana, and Ethereum update for y'all like 2 weeks ago. Make sure to check that out if you haven't already. So I want to see if we can close underneath here, but as well as I want to see if we can retest. New 5 minute about to pop up. But as far as how we're doing, how we did last week, how we're doing so far this month, we went 6-2 last week, giving us a 75% win rate. The week before that, we had an 86% win rate, went 6-1. And then the week prior to that, we went 7-0, giving us a 100% win rate. Then the week before that, we went 5-0, giving us 100% win rate. And that's how we ended September going into October. How we ended September, we ended. We go all the way to October 1st. You can see that yourselves. All right, so we go to October 1st. Boom. You can see we went 16-3. September giving us an 84% win rate. You click right here, it's going to take you to the beginning of the month, where you can see how we ended the month prior, which was August. We went 23-2, giving us a 92% win rate. All right, everything's dated, time to document. At the beginning of every week, we drop the Sunday chart analysis. I always notify when we go live on YouTube, TikTok. When you go to October 3rd, you can see how we ended last quarter. All right, we're October 3rd. July, we went 17-2. August 23-2, and September 16-3. Ending the quarter 56-7, giving us an 89% win rate, catching a total of 207,214 pips. So we had 89% win rate last quarter. Again, you click right here, it's going to take you to the beginning of July. You can see how we do on a week by week, a month by month basis. Then if you also go to July 2nd, you can see how we ended quarter 2. We had a 90% win rate quarter 2. And then quarter 1, we had a 90% win rate as well. So we've been doing very, very, very well this year. So again, what we're looking for is we're looking for a retracement and a retest right here on GU. And we're looking to see how GJ is going to react. Looking to see who's going to fill that gap up, then try to push back up. I wouldn't be against that. But again, we're looking for sells on gold. As long as we can maintain the whole 40.94 as a resistance, we're going to be looking for sells. So we're either going to look for price to retrace and retest that level, or if we can break below and hold 40.34, 40.36 as resistance, then we can look for sells going down to 39.78. Let's see what this next 15 looks like. GJ pushing back up. So we're going to see if we can close and hold going into this next 15 right here. I don't think I heard my alert. I don't know if my alert working or not. I don't remember hearing it pop off. G is still pushing. So let's see what this next 15 looks like. All right, new 15 just popped up. Let's see how GJ holds right. If you guys got any questions, drop in the chat. When we're looking at your charts, drop in the chat. Then we got gold retracing and retesting as well. So we got good two potential setups right here. So we're going to be looking again to see if we can hold 33.20, 33.15 as resistance right here. And then with GJ, we're going to be looking to see if we can hold 203.70 as support. Let's see how GE reacts right here. still can hold as resistance. Do 5-minute pilot, so we see how we're holding that level as resistance still, and then we see how GU still kind of struggling again. Not going to take a set unless our confirmations are not that simple. So I do like how GU is looking and rejecting right here. As far as today, I believe there's no high impact news today. So we're just waiting for volume or confirmations to do that. Gold US30 NAS are probably not going to move really until New York session. That's usually how Mondays and Tuesdays go. New 15 about to pop up in a little bit. And again, this is why we're now a rush. We can see the markets are still in the same place where we started the live stream. So it's literally no rush. Just wait for your confirmations. Gold is still slowly pushing, bro. Let's see what this next 15 looks like. So we got GJ and GU both at the zone. So we got a GU below this level holding as resistance. So we're going to be looking to see in this next 15, we can see a push to the downside off this level. And then GJ, we're back above this level holding as support. So this 15, again, we can hold 203.70 as support. We're going to be looking for buys going to 204.25. All right, new 15 just popped up. Let's try here. Let's see if we get a little bit of movement or volume. You guys got any questions? Drop in the chat. We're looking at your charts. Drop in the chat. Yeah, I'm liking that right there. GJ looks like it's trying to push up as well. You just got to just break out of that chop city. New 5 minute battle pop. Let's see if we get some volume in here. I'm just watching because again, there's no rush because if we would have entered immediately at 4:40, I mean 3:45 or not, it's still literally in the same spot. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm just really just watching market structure. We got GJ pushing up. G is still holding his up as resistance. Yeah, so I'm liking these two setups right here. And then we're gonna look and see if we hold 237 at support. We are pushing up right now, so I'm kind of liking this. I got a certain price I'm looking at, so if it goes past that price, I'm gonna jump in. If not, I'm gonna wait. New 5 minute about to pop up, as well as a new hour. We went for the setup last week. We was in Chop City, and then we ended up rejecting. Then Thursday and Friday, just played Ring Around the Rosie with us. So we're gonna see if we can hold this level again. We're kind of choppy. It's super low volume, but then we pushed our way back up last week, towards the end of last week. So we're gonna be targeting not just today, but going into today and tomorrow, this higher high here. We are still technically bullish. We just need some volume breakthroughs because prior to this, we was literally all quarter three stuck in consolidation, and then it took a gap for us to break out of that level. G is rejecting. 5 minutes just popped up. That thing flipped back right quick. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok as well, y'all. You'll see it scrolling at the bottom of y'all screens. Instagram playmaker_way, TikTok _playmakerway_. Post daily on both pages. Got some new posts lined up for y'all today, as well as a new video dropping for y'all on YouTube today at the beginning of the New York session. Make sure to have y'all's notice on for that. So let's see what this next hour looks like. We usually have volume kicking at 4 a.m. So we're gonna see if it has a 4 a.m. volume peak, and if not, it's probably just gonna be chilling and slow until pre-New York or New York session because again, it is a Monday. Obviously, not every Monday is slow. If we go to, I don't think it lasted, but 2 weeks ago, we can see that clearly. But typically, on average, Mondays and Tuesdays are the slowest out the week, just because the markets are slowly opening up. So both of these are looking juicy right here. I'm gonna lie. We might take both of them. We'll see. Let's see what this next hour looks like. It's about to pop up in a second. Our 15 hour just popped off. So this charts react real quick. So G is holding this level as resistance. So we're gonna take this GU setup. Yep. And instantly off that 15, we see price push to the down. So that's crazy work. So again, we're gonna see if we can take this low out. And again, we're gonna be looking to see if we can go to 3,300 as far as the final TV's SL and entry. Y'all know what to do join the advanced play sooner so you can get those as well as notified when we hit those TPs. But we gotta see how these things play out right here. I like both of these setups right here. Jeter just did a nice retest as well. Yeah, I like both of these. They're both pushing. Now, curiosity, let me just see what US30 is looking like. So let me pull up US30 and stuff really quick, just to give you an update going into New York session. And you know, members, we're going to do the New York price watch list going into New York session as well. It's just for every. Whoops, not that one. I don't even know why this is a chart. Like, how you supposed to? That looks disgusting. But anyways, I've seen worse. So let's go to my actual chart. Oops, almost did it again. So US30 is still at the top of this gap. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend trading this till we see retracements. It's just like when we lose all-time highs with gold, NAS100 US30, right? We let price retrace, but we still went for buys, right? So Monday, buy setup played out. Tuesday, buy setup played out. Wednesday, we got small wins in the buy setups we took. Thursday, buy setup played out. Friday, buy setup played out, right? So literally 4 out of 5 days, going with the floor price played out, right? GU, literally every day of the week going for sales played out. It was just choppiness in the beginning of the week, right? Same thing with NAS100. We look at gold. Obviously, we got caught in a reversal in gold last week. So gold last week was a little bit different because we got caught in a reversal and trend change. But if we look at the week prior, right, when price retraced, we went for the buy setup. Did not go for that buy. Right, when price retraced, we went for the buy setups. Right, when price retraced, we went for the buy setups. Went for the buy setups. Right, so with US30 NAS100, you don't want to trade all-time highs, but you also don't want to short all-time highs because, again, a lot of people did that on Friday and got fucked up when the news popped off. Why? Because you don't want to chase price. You want to go with the flow of price. So I would recommend just waiting for price to retrace, then continue to go for buys, just like we did with US30 last week. Because, again, you only want to go for sales if we're in the downtrend. You only want to go for buys if we're in the uptrend. That's why we're going for buys on GJ. Because GJ is rejecting again. We're still going to hold the SRT weakness tip. But it's just playing. It's been playing ring around the rosy. So I'm gonna have to treat GJ, depending on how it plays out today, like I did quarter three, which was I left that motherfucker alone, right? Because again, if price is strong and struggling to make a move, and there's low volume, you keep on going for the setup. Usually, people getting wicked out and chipping away at your accounts. I'd much rather go to another chart that has clear volume, clear movement. All right, so we're gonna see how GJ plays out. But again, if GJ rejects these levels, I ain't trading it until, like we're talking about Sunday chart analysis, we break below this level, create resistance, or if we maintain this level, hold that support, we're pushing up, right? Because prior to that, as you can see, it was just super choppy, and then literally all last quarter, right, July, August, September, it was choppy as hell as well. So we're gonna see if we're gonna have some volume pickup and play out for us. We're gonna hope the SRTB gets hit, and then looking at GU, we're in profit on GU. We're almost at TP1 on GU. So we're going to let these two play out right here. Similar thing with GU, just opposite direction, right? We finally broke past and closed below these levels because y'all was here a few weeks ago. Y'all remember we kept on rejecting these levels and failing to close and hold. So now we've been able to hold this level as resistance. So now we got to break past this level, hold as resistance, see the lower low come into play. GU rejecting. Let's get this go. As well. This was a set I was looking for on Friday, but obviously, price did a number session, low session for the hold, and then last night, you dropped it to that. We just need volume right now. That's all we're waiting for. So I already did the retest. All right, broke the low, fell hold as resistance. Broke this level, held as resistance. So now we're just looking to see if volume can come in with a break through this level. Because again, with GU, a lot of these pushes to the downside require some volume, as we can see, right? We had price struggle to break this level, took a little bit of volume to break through it. We had price consolidate, took volume to go through that level. We can obviously see on Friday as well. Took some volume to go through the level as well. If we go to the week prior to last week, we can see the same thing, right? Like a lot of these drops, took some volume to break through. All right, so like a pip and a half away. We're like 2 pips away from TP1 right here. Damn, GJ ended up rejecting that low. We're still holding SRTP good set though. The GJ's rejected that. We do have this gap right here, didn't fill up. My SL's below that gap, so I'm not really too concerned with that. Because at the end of the day, if it can't hold these two levels of support, it's probably going to end up chopping again like it did here, like it did last quarter. And like I said, if it does end up doing that, I'm just going to leave it the fuck alone until we get some more action, right? Because if y'all was here before, that's what we did with GJ. Like, we didn't trade GJ for like a few weeks at a time just due to the choppiness. But then after we gapped and we broke through that choppiness, we went for buys. And then if y'all was here at the beginning of was it the beginning of this month? I think it was. Yeah, at the beginning of this month, you can see it once we broke out of that consolidation, that choppiness, those buy sets were very smooth, very, very clean. But versus last week, it's kind of going back to how it was prior, where it was just like super choppy. Right, there was like some small moves to catch, but it was like after we got to a certain point, it was just choppy, 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 choppy. We got to see what this next 5 minutes looks like. We're going to be on for a little bit longer. I want to see at least how this first 15 plays out. And then I got some things to take care of. We're in profit on GU though. Let's see if we hit this first TP. Again, we gotta knock out this low to the left. We're like right there. GU teasing us right now. And we're right there. Let me see what break it. This is what GJ's looking like as well. So it's right underneath this level. Again, we went for the same thing the GU did. We waited for price to push back above. We had a nice push. But again, just like last week, we're kind of struggling to break past this point. GU is right there. Go ahead and smack it for us. I want to see this get smacked before the next 15. Come on, go ahead and smack it for us. You don't need to be camera shy. Whoops, I did the wrong thing. Yeah, we barely missed TP1.
Discovery Houston, press to ATO.
We missed TP1 by like half a pip. Let's see what this next 15 looks like. GJ's still stuck in place. Gold's still chilling. We're rolling to SRT. We gets hit regardless. We barely missed TP1 by like half a pip. Next 15 looks like GJ's going to try to push back up. G is going for round 2. So again, y'all, what we're looking for is if we can hold and maintain 3320 as resistance, we're looking for sales going down to 3300. GJ, if we can maintain hold 20370 as support, we're going to be looking for buys going to 20425. And then gold, we're going to look for price to retest 4092 and hold that as resistance, or we're going to push for long hold 4034 as resistance. We can look for sales going to 3980, 3978. All right, y'all. That's the game plan for today. Again, we don't have any high impact news today, so we're simply just waiting for volume confirmations to be met. US30 and NAS100, as well as SPX, they gap to the upside, so we're going to wait for some retracements before we can look for continued buys on those. But yeah, shout out to everybody in the live. Shout out to everybody who's been live since the beginning. Shout out to everybody who's been live since y'all joined. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join the free signal for Telegram. Got a new video dropping for y'all later on today. Make sure to be on the lookout for that. And yeah, we're going to let these two things play out and see how they go.